Why is Glacier National Park so special? By Kenzie Johnson. First off, has anyone ever been to Glacier National Park? You can just raise your hand. Ashton has. My question is, why is Glacier National Park so special? I took interest into this topic because my family will be taking a road trip there this summer. In this presentation, we will learn what Glacier National Park is, the history, the changes between then and now, the wildlife, the danger, and some fun facts about Glacier. What is Glacier National Park? Glacier National Park is a beautiful wildlife park located in Montana, USA. Glacier offers many activities, attractions, and incredible views for families to explore and learn about. Just some of these activities include hiking, backpacking, cycling, camping, guided tours, fishing, horseback riding, ziplining, and cross-country skiing. A visitor favorite is the Going to Sun Road. The Going to Sun Road is a road that winds through the mountains and is known to have one of the most scenic roads in North America. Right here is a screen of Glacier, and here's the border between Canada and the United States. And this is where the Going to Sun Road is that we're talking about. Extended maps of Glacier. The star is right about where we are in the Twin Cities. The dot is where Glacier is. And if we got in the car right now and drove straight without stopping at a steady speed, we'd get there in about 16 hours and 43 minutes. Right here is a more zoomed in of Montana. Right here is Glacier National Park. And then here's Yellowstone National Park, where some of you may have been to. The background and history of Glacier National Park. The land was originally made by glaciers and rocks that have melted and left hundreds of lakes, valleys, and rivers behind. The Kootenai, Blackfoot, and Salish Native Americans originally lived in the glacier area before the U.S. government bought the land for mining. One of Montana's early explorers was George Bird Grinnell. Grinnell saw the beauties of the land and pushed for it to become a national park. Even when the area was made a forest preserve, he still wasn't happy. He was finally satisfied when, until May 11, 1910, President William Taft officially declared this forest preserve as Glacier National Park. And this picture is a picture of family camping in 1924. What has changed in Glacier between then and today? Many things have changed in Glacier between then and now. There have been natural disasters, the signing of the Wilderness Act, and some more interesting but sad stories. On September 3, 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Wilderness Act. The Wilderness Act ensured the protection of wild lands a national priority. This means that everybody needs to protect national lands and their natural conditions so future generations can benefit the wild. 3 years later, there was the Night of the Grizzlies. The night of August 12, 1967, there were 2 bear attacks in Glacier National Park. 19-year-old Julie Helgeson from Minnesota and 19-year-old Michelle Coons from California were attacked by 2 different grizzly bears hours apart. Both sadly lost their lives that night. This abnormal and aggressive behavior coming from the bears was a mystery at first, until later they found out people had started to feed the bears human food, causing the bears to wander in more populated areas, steal food from picnics, and they'd get very aggressive and angry when you wouldn't feed them your food. If you want more on this topic, you can read the book I Survived the Attack of the Grizzlies, 1967 by Lauren Tarshis. This book is about a fictional character who wasn't the actual character, but she experienced pretty much the same story of these girls. Timeline. This is a timeline of the events we have been talking about. 1985, Grinnell arrives in Glacier. 1995, the U.S. buys the land from the Blackfoot tribe. 19, area founds the forest preserve. 1910, President William Taft made it a national park. 1932, the Going to Sun Road was complete. 1964, the Wilderness Act was created. 1967, the Night of the Grizzlies happened. All about animals. We will name animals from Glacier in the next slide. But Glacier's hunting laws. No hunting of any kind is allowed anywhere in the park. The act of killing animals or being in possession of traps, spears, or bows are strictly banned and will result in a major consequence. You do not need a license to fish in Glacier, but you do have to check the lake's fishing policies because almost every lake is different. Although Glacier has many fascinating creatures, you still have to maintain a distance of 25 to 100 yards, which is 75 to 300 feet, depending on the size of the animal. You cannot feed the animals well because you don't want to be attacked. Animals in Glacier National Park. They have white-tailed deer, lynx, river otters, wolves, moose, chipmunks, elk, shrews, which is basically like an elephant mouse, mountain goats, grizzly bears, black bears, bighorn sheep, coyotes, and another picture of grizzly bears. Nature in Glacier National Park. Some trees and plants Glacier have include heather blooms, which are these, and lupines. They have cedar trees, spruce, and lodgepole pines also. Other sites Glacier has is over 200 lakes, mountains, rivers, and waterfalls. Glacier's National Historic Landmark is the Going to Sun Road that we earlier talked about. The weather in Glacier is similar to Minnesota's, how it could be like 95 one day and then 41 the next. In summer, Glacier normally has like warm and sunny days. In winter, it's normally below freezing with an average of 10 feet of snowfall. The dangers of Glacier National Park. Many people think bear attacks are the most common death in Glacier, but actually, water is the number one cause of death. Water is so dangerous due to hypothermia, drowning, and Giardia disease. Giardia disease is a small germ that causes diarrheal disease, giardiasis. This can be found in surfaces in like food stuff that have been contaminated with feces. Many other people get injured from missteps, falls, sharp rocks, and steep slopes on the mountainous terrain. Lastly, animals. Animals like mountain lions and bears can attack, but what people don't think about is ticks can carry very harmful diseases, and you need to check every night for them. The chance of an animal attacking you is very small. Remember, animals' moods and behavior are unpredictable. They were here first, and we have to remember to respect their home and their personal space. Leave them alone, and you may be able to see some of them in their natural habitat. Fun facts about Glacier National Park. Glacier is about 1 million-ish acres. It's known as the crown of the continent. It's USA's 10th national park. And if you've ever lived in like a neighborhood like a cul-de-sac, you know that when they plow the entire road, at the very end of the cul-de-sac, there's just a huge like snow pile. When they plow the Going to Center Road, at the very end there's this huge like snow pile that they call the Big Drift, and it often exceeds 60 feet tall. 2021 is the 111th year anniversary of Glacier National Park. These were my sources that I used. And conclusion. In conclusion, Glacier National Park is so special because it offers many learning opportunities, incredible sights, and an excuse for some family vacation time. Glacier can teach people how to respect and preserve wildlife, how it is. Nowadays, our lives have been surrounded with technology, and kids don't get outside as much as they sit and watch YouTube. They don't get to enjoy the wildlife, run around, get dirty, and have fun, and stay away from buzzing phones and electricity from the suburbs. Thank you for watching my slideshow. For more information on Glacier National Park, you can check out the links on the slide before this, or you can read I Survived the Attack of the Grizzlies, 1967 by Lauren Tarshis.